Hello guys and welcome back to episode number 10 of the Fiorentina Career Mode, and today we are starting off with a game against Sassuolo. And before we do get into that, we are actually having 3 games in this episode. As I promised in episode 5, we will now be having 3 games every 5 episodes, and I am going to stick to that as best as I can. And we are now only about 3-4 episodes away from the January transfer window, which I know a lot of you have been questioning about. It will be coming up, but you have to realise that it takes time to get through it, and I want to make sure that we're going on the series at a steady pace. We will also be simming a game in this episode. I don't want to simulate too many games in this series if I can avoid it, but we probably will simulate maybe less than 3 per season. I will try, the absolute maximum that I want to be simming each season is 5 games. I just don't feel that it's the way to do it, but nevertheless, in this episode we do have a game against, I believe it's like Cuban in the Europa League, and I didn't really want to play it, so I was like, you know what, we'll get rid of it. So we had this game against Sassuolo, we have a game against Roma, and we also have a game against Atalanta at the end. So it is quite an action-packed episode, guys. Hopefully you will enjoy. And we do obviously start here with Sassuolo, and they were actually playing pretty well. I'm not too sure how good they are, in all honesty. I think Chesnoy Gaming, this is kind of his bogey team, so I was kind of worried going into this whether or not we would have the same misfortunes that he does with Inter Milan. I think it is with Sassuolo, but obviously this is our first fixture of the season against them, and it was a game that we needed to win. Roma are currently top of the league, so hopefully when we do play them in the next game we could get the victory. And we start off quite well here with a 1-0 lead in just under the hour mark. Actually, it took a while for us to finally break the floodgates, but it did, open the feed, should I say, but it did happen eventually. We got past Consigli, and Rossi, again, just proving what an absolute demon he is. The title was probably me something to do with the partnership up front with Dybala and Giuseppe Rossi. But we did have Hesse playing up front this game. But Rossi, again, pretty much a carbon copy of his first goal, and a lovely finesse shot into the corner. That, so far, is 2 finesse shots this episode. Will we have a third? We shall find out. We do get the ball here with Ilic, passes it through to Hesse. He kind of jockeys around the defender, finesses it, and that is the 3rd finesse shot and 3rd goal of the episode through a finesse shot, which is kind of sweaty of me a little bit. But you know what, you have to abuse the game to do well, and that is exactly what I was going to do if it meant that I was going to get the win. And going into the 90th minute, hoping not to concede a little consolation goal here, but they pass it in, and that again is just a display of absolutely horrible goalkeeping from Norberto, or Norberto. Is it Norberto or is it Norberto? I think it's Norberto. I think it got deflected, but a very poor attempt at a save from Neto, and we do end up winning 3-1 anyway, so it wasn't really too much of a bother. It was just a consolation goal. We do go into the calendar here, and you can see we do sim this game here. It is away from home, so I was a little bit worried that we would actually mess up a little bit. But you will see when the game finally decides to load that it is actually 2-1, and we do get another 3 points in the Europa League, which is fantastic. And you can see on your screen at the bottom just a minute ago, we are actually playing Juventus to start off next episode, which is quite a big game. Definitely looking to do well in that. This game here against Roma is really important as well, to at least try not to get a loss here. You can see we are only 2 points apart from Roma, so if we were to win this game, it would put us into second, 1 point ahead. So it is quite important that we do try and get the win here. But obviously, even though we are at home, Roma do have a very strong side with the likes of Doumbia, Gervinho, Ebarbo, De Rossi, Diego Alves. You can see the players on the screen. They've got, to be honest, a far better team than we do, in my opinion. And a team that I did want to manage at one point, but hopefully we could prove in this game that it was the right decision to take Fiorentina and not Roma. But Florenzi here passes it through to Seydou Doumbia, the number 88, and he crosses it in, and a pretty poor cross, which you would expect from someone like Doumbia because he is mainly just pace. But we get Dybala here, who is just pace as well, but he's much more of a clinical finisher in my opinion. And we do get a very nice free kick on the edge of the area here. Giuseppe Rossi does step up to take it. Can he score it? Very close. Diego Alves does get a hand to it and palms it away for a corner, but I should have gone a little bit further to the right. It was a little bit too far down the middle, and we get a chance. They get a chance there even with Florenzi, and he does manage to get it away. And Pjanic here, a big target for Liverpool in the summer, comes into Nainggolan, in to Doumbia, out to Gervinho, the former Arsenal man, obviously. A bit of a shame that he left, but obviously for Arsenal he wasn't very good. But now in Serie A with Roma, he is proving to be a bit of a force. And Dybala comes through there, surely that's going to go in the net, and it doesn't. And that was so frustrating. This game was very much just me taking a lot of shots at the goal and not really getting anywhere with it. And again, we have a corner there that ends up resulting in nothing, which is very frustrating. And just a little side note, guys, if you want to go and vote in the straw poll for whether or not I shall continue with the My Player series on this channel, then that will be probably the previous video to this one. So if you want to go and vote, go ahead and do so, because that vote will be ending probably on Sunday. So I would really appreciate it if you guys from this career mode as well, if you don't watch My Player, could at least go and vote on it. And if you don't want to see it anymore and you want to see more episodes of this, then go and vote yes for the series to end. So anyway, we do end up getting a 0-0 draw against Roma, and obviously giving us a point in the Serie A, which is very fortunate. Very happy with that result, even though it wasn't the win that I really would have liked. We do go into a game against, I believe it's Atalanta, because there is an A after the T, which would suggest it's not Atlanta. But someone did comment in one of my videos, and I forgot to go back and check it before I did this. I think the guy actually mentioned how to say Atalanta, and thank you for that. Very helpful to let me know how to pronounce some of the teams. I know I'm an absolute noob with the Serie A, and eventually, guys, I will get there, so do not fear. But we do go into this game against Atalanta away from home, and we are starting pretty much our strongest team, bar Ilic, who would usually be replaced, obviously, by Matías Fernandes, and I believe we also had Badej in CDM instead of Borja Valero, because he was a little bit knackered from the previous game. And Atalanta, I think, were actually nearer the bottom of the table, so I decided it wasn't really worth putting out my 100% full strength starting 11, and that is what I decided not to do in the end. But 20 minutes in, not really too much happening in this game. A few chances for them. We weren't really kicking it off well, and I was hoping we could at least end the episode on a high. Obviously, we've had a very good episode so far. Getting 2 wins due to the simulation match and also a draw is absolutely fantastic. We do pass it through to Ilic here. He squares it up to Dybala. Dybala with the pace, couldn't really do anything. Took a little bit too long to get hold of the ball, and his first touch, obviously being a young player, isn't the best, which kind of let him down a little bit there. But it comes into Ilic. He turns inside with a fake shot. Lovely fake shot, by the way. He slips, and for some reason, he actually took the shot. Usually when that happens, the player will just go down and try and get a penalty, which I don't believe would have been given, actually. Just knowing my luck with FIFA and career mode in general, that wouldn't have been given. But a very impressive finish there, and I was actually incredibly impressed, because usually, as I said, that doesn't happen. But that is his second goal of the campaign, and we do put ourselves 1-0 up, which is absolutely fantastic. Just after the break there, Rossi goes for on goal, but unfortunately couldn't really do anything with it. And we do get a chance here to go on the counter-attack 10 minutes after the restart. It comes through to Paulo Dybala. He squares it across to Giuseppe Rossi, proving what a partnership these two are. Runs for on goal. Rossi finishes it very, very spectacularly with the inside of his left foot, or the outside of his left foot, should I say, which is what he obviously does quite a lot, and he does prefer to finish like that. And I'm not going to complain if he puts it away every single time, because he has been on absolute form, and you can see that is now his 10th goal in the Serie A this season. And then Dybala has his chance to potentially go through on goal and get a goal. There's another fake shot. I find the fake shot, as you can see, so effective to get around defenders. Finesses it and does make it 3-0 to Fiorentina, and pretty much sealing up the game. And that is, I believe, Dybala's 7th goal of the season. So already we're only just edging into December, and my 2 strikers have 17 goals apiece, which is absolutely fantastic, and they are in such good form. It is so good to see, and we do end up getting the 3-0 victory. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the episode. You can see here we do actually have the league table. We are now in 3rd. Unfortunately, Roma went top due to that win they must have had in the game that we played just against Atalanta. But anyway, guys, as I said, if you could go and check out the vote for the My Player series, that would be very much appreciated. It would be great for you guys to help out with the voting system on that video. But if you did enjoy this video, guys, if we could smash over 7 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. If you haven't already, go and subscribe to the channel. There is a button down below. It is completely free, and I will speak to you guys in the next episode of the Fiorentina Career Mode very soon.